So I think I'm gonna call it My Epic Dream. And the soundtrack, we're gonna kill the soundtrack and we're gonna kill the movie. So I'm gonna have you like you're staging Beyonce as you're doing a reality TV, for MTV. They always wanted to do one, and they want to see what's it really like to be Beyonce and your family. And so I just gotta get the rest of it. And it's like I think I'm gonna have somebody approach you, here's magical sleeping pills or something. And so when you go into the dream state, you go back in time and you try to change random music history. And you're the perfect person to do this. And but when you go back in time, you're in somebody's place. And I know it was a Obama thing, so I think I'm gonna go after the whole Richie Valley. I said Richard, Richie Valens thing with the Big Bopper, and then what's his name, Jerry Lewis. Because I actually had one of the predecessors of the Obama pyramid come after me. Um, and he fell in love with me. He couldn't quite figure out like if he's gonna stay on his profile. And then I learned so much about like the whole history of it, and it's just like, God damn, this whole family lineage is fucking sick as hell. And it's like when I started finding out about it, I was like, they don't want anybody Hispanic descendancy to be ever famous. So it was like, I'm part native, so it's like, but they're like, Nick, you're part like actually native, like Hispanic. So it's like, even though you put non Hispanic and you go for native, it's like you're actually part Hispanic. I was like, well, I get that. Um, so it's like I kind of followed into some of the original profiling of it. And when that first Richie Valens story came about, and then them always hooking him up with gigs and making him famous, especially him going on tour with them other two famous artists, they didn't want any guy to be famous as Hispanic. Um, and then it goes back to this whole conquistador thing and Spaniard thing, and then in the future, um, he ended up going after the real Selena, and what's the next generation? Then I got the final generation, so it's like, goddamn. So we're gonna go after that. I'm not gonna go fully into it, but these are real stories we're going after. Um, I'm like, how would we change this? You know what I mean? And I know something, and so I can't like give you my full script. Um, but we're gonna have to like key things like that. And then I was trying to think something else, and we know about the whole Spectre family thing, and kind of some of the people that went missing, and like the doo-wop stage. So I want to make it really, really juicy, but not like scary movie juicy. Like kind of like how do you pick and pull a tragedy? You know what I mean? And I think I'm gonna call it My Epic Dream. Then I have you come in. I have you do Sam Cooke's your new version of Change Gonna Come. I get this guy to do You Belong With Me. I use up all my shit too. We just get this project done. We're gonna get it done fast, like really fast. I'm gonna have a script out to you guys probably in 2 weeks, the whole day done, and then whatever rewrites we have to do, and whatever improving we choose to do, and table reading, and then no script reading, and everything else. So you start coming up with ideas who you would want to be, in these people's lives, who you would want to be to change the outcome. Like, say they never get on the plane, we switch them out. Like we switch out on Machiavelli, but you pull the whole thing, but you're in somebody else's place. In this incident, um, and so you come up with some ideas also, and then I and TV is gonna back it, but you're gonna go in producing. You know what I mean? To be actually a really good project to produce. You up that money a little bit more. You're talking like 100 something million. Um, so just keep going with ideas. Like I'm trying to thinking, I had to do a little bit of a bio. So now I got to bio read 3 certain incidents in music history before. So now I just go over like, I was about to say bibliographies. Because I'm so music, you know what I mean? I would say something stupid like that. But biographies and stuff like that of these people in history and time, music history. And so I think this is perfect. I was just gonna choose random things history, but I said, let's just do music history. Like, especially when I came with the Aaliyah deal, like Aaliyah idea, like let's just go fucking for it. You know what I mean? Let's like not. I love music. I'm always gonna love music. I love talking about it. I love everything about it. Um, I love learning, singing, writing, um, even getting back, get me to this back to that stage, where I was taking piano lessons and then doing it again. And they're like, I keep telling me, I was like, I had a little bit of help, but like my great grandma plays piano, but nobody in my family is like really that musically talented. I kind of like did it on my own. And I mean, we have like my great uncle Albert, like, and then I showed you guys pictures of Corey with him and Elvis, and then the one guy, and he's on the right side, the little, I don't know, Elvis Rat Pack looking dude or something. But like still not musically talented. Like he did promotions for people in Las Vegas and stuff like that, and um, so it's just you know, as I always said, I just always sing. I just keep singing and keep singing this stuff. Like you always sing songs, always sing, and so I kind of like taught myself. Um, Chin stripping, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a nice script in 2 weeks. And like I said, if I pull this off, I'm gonna get any film project I ever want in my life, anything I want. So I'm gonna have a soundtrack and a motherfucking movie, and I'm about to use up all these master user rights. I'm gonna produce a shit out of some of these artists, get them fucking out there. And it's time somebody redid, a Mel redid that "You Belong to Me" song. It's like when I just thought about it, I was like, it's perfect. It's like keep thinking like, and Andrew's right. Like I keep like looking at some of this stuff, and it's like it's just not me. And then the whole PJ Calamity thing, I forgot I have First Cuts the Deepest. And so Rod Stewart's story with Suzanne Summers and some of these other people, we can even put that in there too. I just have to find the right key. That goes into the Phil Spector story also, and it involves the Mansons. But as I said, we're not going to do scary. We're just going to highlight, you know what I mean? And and kind of, bring tragedy to, what would be musically evolutionary to change in the past. Some of these things that happen. And so when I started looking up that storyline with First Cuts the Deepest, I was like, okay, Rod Stewart released it. I know Sheryl Crow did. Sheryl Crow's got like the most famous version. But who is this other lady that released it? Isn't she supposed to be like a fucking nut job? Wasn't she like from like an insane asylum or something? Like got out and wasn't supposed to be out? And so like I know even more stuff about that. So we have even, we have some really good data also to help out with the script and just a background story. Like there's gonna be so much background stories coming out. Like there's gonna be film projects worked around it and just everything. So which is that's what we want to do. We want to enlighten. We want to say, oh, we did this film, and now you're gonna do a movie, maybe based on the real incident, and maybe you're gonna do some version of it or something like that. And it's like just make another star is another star is born. Just enlightening people, or influencing people. You know what I mean? And not necessarily have to be like me, 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 me. I have to be like out in front. I have to be that character in the movie. Because now I'm writing it. I have to be, just because I got the releases, I have to be the guy singing it. It's just like, it makes sense. Andrew, it makes sense. You know what I mean? To take the back front, but still be in the front. Because I'm always going to be. I really need my eyebrow repairs. I wonder if they can hit the same hole. Huh? Same hole? Where is that hole? 1, 2.